Namaste everybody, Irina here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I invite you to take a cross-legged seated position, be in Sukhasana. If you're practicing lotus or half lotus, you can go into that position as well. In this video, I will cover the chest and the shoulder area of the body. So with shoulders, just for your understanding that the shoulder joints are hypermobile joints in the body. They are the ball and socket type of joints, the same as our hip joints. And because of that type of joint, we have an extended range of movements. So we can go into the flexion, extension, can do abduction, adduction, externally rotate, internally rotate, and circumduct those joints. And because it's highly mobile joints, we can have an overuse of those muscles of the joints around, and that can cause all sorts of pain and troubles. So what are the most issues that you could have experienced previously? Well, such conditions as tendinitis, rotator cuff issues, frozen shoulders, and other conditions. And just understanding where that's happening. Obviously, we can have an acute injury to the part of the body, but what happens probably most of the time is that we are overusing those joints, and it's a repetitive overuse. It's where you are disbalanced in your flexibility and mobility and stability of the joints. And in this video, I'll try to go through the flow, which will be focusing on not only increasing the mobility and range of movements in your shoulders, but what's more important, to build that stability and to build strength in the upper body. As always, please be advised, I'm not a medical professional, and I don't give any medical advice. So please do consult those professionals if you need to, if you have any underlying health conditions. Okay, so in this video, I'm going to be using one of the straps, nothing fancy, and you don't need to create intricate loops here, just folding maybe a couple of times. If you don't have a strap at home, you can use the towel, you can use the belt, anything that you can hold on to. Okay? Right, so let's center ourselves. So let's bring us into the present moment, closing the gaze, positioning the hands on the knees, relaxing through the facial muscles. You want to take a few deep breaths through the nose. You can also exhale through the mouth, or feel this breath in the beginning, and then trying to have your breath through the nostrils rather than using the mouth. Keeping the back straight. Just tune in into the physical sensations of the body. Notice the area of the shoulders, of the chest. Notice the shoulder blades. And trying to be soft and not hold the tension. I'm going to very gently open the eyes, and we're going to extend the arms to the sides, and we're going to lift them, looking up. And on the exhale, we're going to bring the palms to the center of the body, release the hands to the knees. And let's start making the circular movement. So it's called circumduction of both of the shoulder joints. So starting in any direction, if you want, doing the clockwise and then changing it to the anti-clockwise. And let's go back into the neutral. So bring your hands behind you. You can use like your hands as cups, creating the cups, and then rolling the shoulders back and maybe slightly bending the elbows and having a few deep breaths here. You can arch through the neck, stretch the throat, stretch the chest. Keep pressing into the fingertips and back into the neutral. So you can grab the strap and with your right arm behind you, we're gonna bring the left behind as well, and you can grab here the towel or the strap in my case, and you want to keep the chest open, so I will rotate back to the front. Chest is open, we are retracting the shoulders back. If you're quite flexible and mobile in the shoulders, you may find that you can actually find the clasp and clasp your fingers. Again, I would recommend to start small, to start with a strap and gradually improve. Don't go big straight away, too quickly. And then let's change. So we're going to rotate and change the position of the arm. So the left side is on the top and the right arm is bottom behind you. You can close the gaze and just notice sensation. You will feel the pulling sensation. I could feel it here. But also I'm feeling that the shoulders are working. And gently releasing. Okay, have your strap handy, hand in front of you. We're going to go into the puppy pose, so also known as Anahata. So in this case, my knees are width hip apart, and I'm going to bring, so the sit bones are quite high, and I'm going to bring the chest or the forehead to the floor. I'm going to contract the navel muscles. I'm going to be squeezing the perineum and trying to press with the underarms into the mat. Again, you can have the chin tucked in, or you can have the forehead on the floor. So creating that vacuum in the belly, but it doesn't mean that you stop breathing. You keep the breath going. You can take the arms wider if you're finding that the sensation in the upper shoulders are too strong. That pull is too strong. Okay, next inhale, we're coming into the all four. And let's bring the right arm forward. We're going to drop the right shoulder to the mat, right cheek on the mat. And here you can start pressing and you're twisting in the waist. You're pressing with the left hand into the mat, or you can lift it and outside rotate, so you're bringing it to grab the right thigh. Deep breaths. You can close the gaze and bring your introversion and gently out of the pose. So left side, so lengthen first, find that lengthening in the spine, and then we're going to be dropping the left shoulder, dropping the left cheek on the floor, and here you can bring the right arm this time behind you and opening outside rotation of your right shoulder. Notice the sensation in the body. Keep pressing with your left shoulder into the mat. Coming out of the pose, positioning the hands flat onto the mat. We're going to tug the toes. We're going to lift. And we're going to pedal through the feet. Keep pressing the position of your hands, spreading the fingers. And we're going to drop the knees to the floor, drop your elbows, interlace the fingers, and we're going to lift this time the knees off the floor, and we're going to press into the forearms, into the floor, and simultaneously you're trying to bring the heels towards the mat. Keep pressing with the forearms. Strong pose here. We keep trying to find the length in the spine, so avoid rounding through the back. Keep pressing into the forearms. Okay, drop the knees. Plant your hands. Lift the knees and press into the down dog. First down dog of the practice. Being mindful about hyperextending, so maybe softening through the elbows, rotating both of the shoulders out. And here we're going to walk towards the front of the mat. Big toes to touch, heels apart, round to the back, relax the upper body. Inhale, let's lengthen. Let's lengthen through the spine. If you have a mat, if you have a block, sorry, you can grab it and you can press with your hands into the block, the long or the short edge. I keep my knees soft, so to avoid too much tension in the hamstring, especially if you are tight in the hamstrings. And now exhale and bring your hands to the floor, round through the back. Right, we're going to separate the feet with hip apart, and we're gonna grab the strap, gonna place it behind you. Inhale, let's bring the shoulders back, and on the exhale we're going to fold slightly further and have a few breaths here. So if I'm not using the strap, I might notice that I'm quite restrictive in the how far I can go with my hands forward. The wider you have your strap, the position, and for some of you, you may take it really quite wide. You find that, okay, I've got slightly more space to fold forward. Keep pressing with the feet into the mat, and now gently releasing your strap. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. We're going to step into the plank. Okay. From the plank, stabilize the shoulders. And we're going to modify the chaturanga. So first of all, I'm going to drop knees And then I'm going to bring myself down, and after that I'm going to lift and bring myself into the up dog. So my hands at this point are under the shoulders. I'm bringing the shoulders out of my ears, and I'm arching, tucking the toes into the down dog. I'm going to lift the right leg. We're going to look forward. We're going to step forward. We're going to rotate the back foot out. And here you can use the block, and we can do a modified version of Parshvakonasana, Uttita Parshvakonasana, your extended side angle. Stacking up the shoulders, we're looking up. Using again, if you need to use maybe your block here on the long edge. As an alternative, you can use the forearm here and start from here. But I want you to rotate the chest out. And if you're in this modified version, we are straightening the left arm. We're twisting through the neck. And we keep pressing with the back foot into the mat. Exhale, look down. Inhale, come up, pivot. So you are on the left side. You need the block. So position to the inside. Stack up the shoulders. If you don't need the block, the hand goes flat. But at the same as we are opening through the chest, we're lengthening through the side of the body. So it's a lateral stretch. And we're looking up with the block, or with your forearm. Just being mindful on your knee. The knee follows the first and the second toe. We're not overextending in the knees, so the knee above the ankle or less than 90-degree angle. Shoulders from the ears, away from the ears. And keep the breath going. Okay, exhale down. Inhale, come up, pivot. You're quite wide with your feet. So we're going into Prasarita Padottanasana. Widespread forward fold. Use your strap behind you. Okay, soften in the knees. Inhale first. Roll the shoulders back. Hinge from the hips. Hinge, 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 hinge. Keep your chest open. Keep shoulders retracted. And here at some point start bringing your hands up and away from the body. You can try and straighten the legs. You'll feel the sensation in the groin. Bringing that ujjayi breath in the standing asanas, quite important to have that support with the breath. You're finding that, okay, I don't want to use the strap, I can interlace the fingers and bring them forward, up and away. Okay, exhale, release the hands to the floor. Inhale, halfway lift. Next exhalation, either using the block, and we're going to position the forearms on the block, or you can interlace the finger and bring the forearms to the mat or to the floor in front of you. Again, you may want to be here. What I'd like you to do, I'd like you to keep hinging from the hips and keep your shoulders retracted, the chest is open. You may want to be in this position. Whatever your variation is, Keep breathing. Okay, let's rotate towards the right side. So you're gonna walk to the right. We're gonna step back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Into the plank. Go, 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 go. From the plank. So stabilize the shoulders. And here, full chaturanga. So with chaturanga, imagine that it's like you want to look over the edge. And then gliding up. Roll the shoulders back, open up through the chest. Take a deep breath. Tuck the toes. And into the down dog. We're gonna transition into the crossing the legs, so into the seated, and we're gonna extend, and we're gonna grab the block, and so we're going fully flat onto the mat. So bring your heels closer to the buttocks. About the position would be the back, the middle finger just brushes the back of your heels. I'd like you to use the block, if you don't have the block, a ball or something to position between your knees. That's how you're going to ensure that you keep squeezing the glutes, you keep engaging the quads, the glutes, that you keep strong legs. So lift the pelvis off the floor, interlace the fingers, and wiggle the shoulders. And then we're going to engage the glutes, being mindful on the knee here. Keep squeezing the bum, keep bringing the hips maybe slightly further away, and keep pressing with forearm, with your arms and with your hands into the mat. Deep breath. And very gently release. Release the block, bring your knees towards the chest, and open up your hips. So we're gonna do the circular movement, and this is again circumduction of the hip joints. Your head could be on the floor, trying to keep the lower back on the mat. And with the next one, we're going to go into the shoulder stand. So if you have never practiced shoulder stand, I wouldn't advise you to start it from online unless you have a good research. So I'd like probably recommend you to seek a professional yoga teacher that could give you a live guidance. So if you're practicing, if you're doing the shoulder stand, or also known as candle, prepare for the pose. So we're gonna extend, and then we're gonna lift the legs, and we're gonna bring them behind. So for some of you, the feet may not touch the ground. So it can be in this position, but in whatever position, wiggle the shoulders. Ensure that your C7 section is off the floor. And here I'm going to be positioning my hands on the back. And then I'm going to gently lift and extend the legs. No movement no twisting of the neck. You can bring the gaze inwards, or you can just look at the toes. There shouldn't be any compression of the C7 section on the neck. That's why it's called shoulder stand and not the neck stand. Because here my weight is supported by the shoulders rather than compressing the neck and leading into the injury.
Okay, gently you can go through Karnapidasana, also known as the plow pose. It's where the toes touching the floor. You can interlace the fingers. Again, I'm slightly wiggling here to ensure that I am pressing with my arms to the floor. Deep breath. And then coming out of the shoulder stand, as important as going in and holding the pose, unravel your arms, bring the hands down. You can grab the mat. And here we're going to gently release the legs. Don't just dump your weight forward. Engage solar plexus. Engage, 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 and extend. Straight away, I'm going to bring the arms under and I'm going to decompress, and counter pose is Matsyasana, the fish pose. Bend the elbows, lift the chest off the floor and arch. Deep breath. Gently releasing to the floor, perhaps bringing the knees closer to the chest, curling into the ball. You can rock from side to side. Deep breaths. Rock forward into Sukhasana, the easy posture, or Padmasana, Ardha Padmasana. Positioning the hands on the knees and just taking a few moments to observe. To reflect on the practice. Notice sensation in the body, especially bringing your awareness into the chest, into the shoulders, shoulder blades, keeping the softness in the face, and breathing through the nostrils. Very gently open the gates. From here, you can go into the traditional Shavasana and having your relaxation pose, or you can carry on with another longer practice if you wish, or you can finish off and have this sequence as your flow for the day. Thank you for joining me. I'm very grateful for your views, and hopefully I'll see you around. Namaste.